Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone had a restful Shabbat and starting off a good week. Shavua Tov. Wishing everybody a good week. Just want to say that this is getting more and more serious every day and getting more and more real. And the reason why I say for me that it's getting more real is because we just found out that a classmate of my son's in 5th grade, that his father got sick with the virus on Friday, and was, by the time Shabbat was over, he had passed away. So that makes it much more real and just brings it home. And I have many, many personal friends that are very sick right now, and I'm praying for them. And it makes us feel like, what can we do and how can we help? And I think the real answer to that is just by praying for them. And thinking about them and feeling sensitive to their situations and the situations of their families. I wanted to share a story with you. It was a beautiful story, and it touched me when I heard this story a long time ago. There was a boy, a 4th grade boy in school, and he seemed to be talking to himself. The teacher noticed that he was talking to himself a lot, so he called the parents. And first they tried a social worker. A social worker couldn't figure it out, called the parents. And the parents talked to the child and found out the following information, which they shared with the Rabbi, with the teacher. They said that apparently the Rabbi, the teacher, had told a story in class. He was teaching a lesson, and the lesson was that if somebody feels insulted or hurt or embarrassed, at that moment the gates of heaven are open to that person to pray for somebody else. And the rabbi told in class the story to the students about a woman who had, it was a difficult situation, and she had been not invited to her own daughter's wedding because of a difficult divorce. And the woman went to the wedding anyway, and when she got there, she was ridiculed, and they screamed at her, and they told her to leave, and she was mortified and terribly, terribly embarrassed, and she ran out of the wedding hall. And a woman ran after her and said, "Can you please give me a blessing? Can you please pray for me? Give me a blessing." And this woman said, "Why are you asking me for a blessing? Didn't you just see what happened? I was so embarrassed. I feel so horrible about myself." She said, "Because the Talmud tells us that when a person feels embarrassed or ashamed or ridiculed, that the gates of heaven are open to them. Please give me a blessing. We've been waiting to have a child for so many years, and we haven't had a child." So the woman gave this other woman a blessing, and sure enough, this woman had a child. So the Rebbe had told this story to the students in class. Now this boy explained to his parents, every morning the teacher writes on the chalkboard all the names of all the people that are sick that we have to pray for. So what I decided to do is, when kids are kids, and when they play on the playground together, they make fun of each other and they insult each other. So I decided I would memorize all those names, and any time somebody made fun of me or made me feel stupid or embarrassed me or made fun of me in any way, I would think about all the names of the people on that list, and I would pray for them. So when the Rebbe sees me talking to myself, really that's all I'm doing. It's an amazing story, and it touches me deeply, because we can't just sit by right now while all this is going on and not include in our daily prayers the families and the people that are very, very sick. There are lists all over the place. I have a list. I can send it to anybody who wants. Just send me a text and I'll send you the list of many, 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 many names of people that are very seriously ill right now. And we can pray for them. At least we can be involved somehow in their pain and their suffering by praying for them. And God willing, if we do so, we'll see a speedy recovery to all those people who are in such terrible, critical condition. Okay, everybody have a great day. Think of positive things we can do today for ourselves and our families.